Good afternoon. My name is Dan Steffey. I reside, or my office is at 808 Southwest 3rd, Suite 580 in Portland, and I represent a group that is trying to bring an apartment building called the Hazelwood into fruition at 122nd and Gleason. In fact, I was listening to Saber earlier, and he talked about dumbbell development. I thought maybe he was talking about our project, because I'm not sure people would have gotten into it if we knew what we know now.
He said development, not developer.
In short, we want to see this ordinance passed. Our project simply won't go ahead without it. Without property tax abatement, our debt service coverage ratio falls below what the lenders will require for that project to move forward. Simply won't be built. This is 119 units of elderly housing, elderly congregate housing. 80% of the units are below 80%, or are affordable to people at 80% of median and below. Nearly 40% of the units are affordable to people at 50% and below. So we meet all the threshold criteria for the ordinance as it's written. Essentially what you're being asked to do, I believe, in its simplest form, is expand what's been a very successful program downtown. We've had this same thing, in fact, without these affordability criteria downtown, and we've gotten affordability with other initiatives to mix the blend of housing that we wanted downtown. This is an opportunity to direct growth, to manage growth, and to utilize the existing infrastructure that we already have in place. In our unit, in our project, for example, what you get is something that wouldn't happen without having this kind of abatement available. All of the rest of the development, we're one small part of a very large development that includes a Safeway store, a Target store, a lot of and some specialty retail. That stuff wouldn't have been built without the housing, and the housing can't be built without tax abatement. So you wouldn't get any of those benefits from the tax increases going on with the commercial that's going on with this housing. This is housing that is built above a big box retail that you don't get in the city typically. It otherwise wouldn't be built. It's at a transit station. It uses all the infrastructure that's in place, and it was wildly supported by the neighborhood residents. The residents of the Hazelwood neighborhood, in fact, voluntarily petitioned to upzone their property so we could transfer some of the density to our surrounding property. They wanted this project to be built. We had an article in a very small publication called the Mid-County Memo featuring our project. And within a week we had over 150 calls from people wanting to occupy this elderly housing at that site. This project, or this program that you're being asked to consider now, I think has been carefully crafted. It has design controls in it that schlock won't be built. And it's been thoroughly aired in a lot of public meetings. And simply projects will not be built unless they need this kind of tax abatement to push them over the top.